Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another video. Before we get into your questions, I guess it's time to choose a winner for the Green Sparkle Fusion Tees. First winner is 1226. Congratulations to Headless. Gonna play that Pokemon theme. Yeah, you better play that Pokemon theme. Second winner is 2761. Congratulations, Coca Wonderpup. The Pringle jingle. That's really any riff that Pringle wants. What do you think of that? You good with that? Good girl. Keep an eye out, make sure you're subscribed because I'll definitely be having more giveaways sometime. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this video at any time, that actually really helps out. And now, let's get into your questions. Have you seen the new Epiphone Joe Bonamassa Black Beauty signature? Yes, I have. I love how Epiphone is just releasing model after model after model in 2020. So if you haven't seen it yet, about a couple of weeks ago, Joe Bonamassa leaked on his Instagram that there's gonna be yet another signature run of Epiphones coming out later this year. For those keeping score, that makes it, I don't know, he's got like a million signature models at this point. He's also got a ton of rare and vintage Gibson, so he's got a lot of inspiration to pull from. Seriously, he should collaborate with Trogly to document all of them. But yeah, so this latest signature is going to be a 3-pickup Black Beauty Les Paul custom. What's cool about this one is that the binding, the headstock logo, and everything have been yellowed, so it's clearly going to be a vintage-inspired model. There's going to be two versions, one with standard block inlays, and presumably a more limited edition with Bonamassa's name inlaid into the fingerboard. That's for the super hardcore Bonamassa fans, I guess. I like how with most signature models now, artists try to make their name as subtle and low-key as possible. That way, anybody that picks up the guitar can make it their own. And meanwhile, Bonamassa's like, yeah, that's cool and all, but how about instead my name all over the fingerboard? I respect the brazenness. And I guess this is gonna be some sort of 57 reissue. That's based on Bonamassa's taste in guitars and also the renown around that particular year of Black Beauty. That was the first year they started coming with PAF humbuckers, and most of them had the 3-pickup configuration. The 2-pickup configuration also existed, but it was much less common. And Epiphone said it's working more closely with the custom shop going forward. Right, the 59 standard reissue that was teased at Winter NAMM with the aged gloss finish is finally dropping sometime soon, hopefully. All the listings are on the major retailers. So it wouldn't surprise me if they worked closely with the custom shop, which does 57 3-pickup reissues on this one as well. It would be cool then if they included burst buckers in this Black Beauty too, but since Bonamassa's last signature, the Amos Flying V, had pro buckers, I'm not holding my breath on that. If it is a 57 though, it'll have that giant baseball bat of a neck, which is gonna be awesome. And of course, all the new Epiphones come with CTS pots, so it should be easy enough to swap out the pickups if you don't like them. That being said, it doesn't look like they're doing the aged gloss finish, which kind of doesn't make sense to me. Like, if you're gonna yellow all the binding to simulate a vintage look and then have a super glossy finish, that just seems kind of odd, in my opinion, at least. Like, in the past, Epiphone has shied away from artificially aging any guitars, including vintage-inspired reissues, which makes sense. It's time-consuming, which increases the price, and also, while I love the relics finishes, it's not everybody's thing. And they've gotten away with it by saying something along the lines of, well, this is what Frampton's Les Paul or whatever guitar would have looked like when it was brand new. But this one is different. It's like a completely new looking guitar, full gloss finish, shiny gold hardware and pickups, and then the yellow binding. I'm not sure about that yet. You know, what am I talking about? It's a Les Paul, I'll probably end up loving it, but I think it's something that I need to see in person before making a final call, because in my head, it still doesn't make sense. Obviously, all we've got right now is the Instagram post. Final specs and pricing are still TBD, but judging from the rest of the lineup, I think we can be fairly certain that it's gonna fall in that $800, $900 range with a hard case. But yeah, what do you think about the new Joe Bonamassa Black Beauty, whether it be about aesthetics or potential specs? And obviously the prophecies are the priority for demos, but I've got a soft spot for vintage Gibson inspired models. Do you wanna see an eventual Black Beauty demo on this channel, or nah? Poll in the top right. Actually, never mind, YouTube's removed poll cards, which is super sad, but apparently I was like one of the 0.2% of creators that actually used them. Let me know in the comments then, I guess. RIP polls in the top right. Did you see the Swarovski Zakk Wylde Les Paul custom? I did, and it's the most ridiculous. I'm just gonna have Jordan pull up the listing here because you need to see it. Basically, someone took a Gibson Zakk Wylde Les Paul custom and decided to encrust it with 4,000 Swarovski 4mm diameter crystals for a fashion event. If that wasn't enough, they decided to add gold plating to all the hardware, frets, even the strings. I like how they've marketed that last point, the strings don't rust, you know, because maximum playability is really what they were going for here. You know, because they really customized this guitar with the player in mind. The reverb listing is up right now. You can get it for a cool $11,700 with
$165 shipping. The estimated value, according to the description, is 15 to 20,000 pounds, so, you know, bargain. I don't know what the best thing about this guitar is, the fact that it's so ridiculously over the top and bedazzled, or the fact that it's been done to a Zakk Wylde guitar. You know, it doesn't seem like the most seamless brand fit, to be honest. You know what, it's like the ultimate high integrity mod project. I give up, I can't top that. You know who did kind of top that though? Shakira. Remember that pink Firebird she had at the Super Bowl? That was encrusted with 7,000 Swarovski crystals, and it was pink. This has me wondering, has encrusting crystals in guitars always been a thing and I've just not paid attention to it? This is like the stupidly wealthy version of the Jared Dines Stevie T, how many strings can you put on a guitar battle. Who's next? Your move, Hetfield. How many crystals can you encrust on a snake bite? Do you still have the Satin LP with EMGs? I just like looking at it, to be honest. It's beautiful. You mean this one? Yeah. For sure. For anyone that doesn't know the background, in like 2003, 2004-ish, Hetfield was using this modified 70s Les Paul Custom that had been refinished in satin purple. And ESP capitalized on that by releasing a satin purple Eclipse as well as a more affordable Edwards LPC, both with EMGs. And the Edwards was the one that I was looking for. They're only sold in Japan but have Les Paul Custom correct dimensions. I mean, it's pretty much just a high quality, straight up copy of a full thickness Les Paul Custom. I spent a decade looking for one. It had limited numbers. It's been out of production for like 15 years. Probably, definitely overpaid because it is rare and I really wanted one. I bought it from a private seller on a random Spanish guitar forum. By some miracle, it wasn't a scam, and I picked it up in Germany at TGU last year. We were obviously very busy there, so I didn't get to play it much. Then KLM wouldn't let me bring it on the plane on the way back, and I had to gate check it. And then in Amsterdam, they lost it. Like, it was almost hilarious. This guitar that I'd spent years tracking down in the most random of ways, and they just straight up couldn't find it. After they told me they lost it, I was getting on the connection on the way back home, and I was randomly selected for an extra security check, and the guy's trying to make small talk like, hey, I'm gonna check you for bombs, and how's your day going? And I'm like, well, to be honest, could be better. This guitar that I spent ages looking for, it's just gone. And then this dude, he's like mid-30s, he just stops checking for whatever, pauses, has this sad look in his eyes, and he's like, oh man, I feel you. When I was a kid and my family was moving from Bolivia, the movers lost all my toys, including this metal Optimus Prime, not the plastic crap that kids have now. Still think about it to this day. And still with this sad look in his eyes, he's just like, go man, go. Get on the plane, go home. So after I had triggered this poor man's Transformers-related PTSD, I didn't hear back from KLM for a couple of weeks. Then like 2 weeks later, in the middle of the day, I get a random phone call from a number I didn't recognize. And the dude on the other end of the line is like, yo, I'm outside. And I'm like, what? And it's my guitar. So that's the story of how I have it. So going through all that, no way I would sell it less than a year after getting it. But with all the gear constantly coming in for new videos, it definitely just hasn't been getting enough playtime. It is such a nice guitar. I swear, like every week there's another interested buyer. It's actually, I've just started filming a new series I'm calling Nostalgufish. Big shout out to the Discord server for helping me out with the name. Basically, I'm going to be doing in-depth revisits on guitars in the collection. See if I still love them, whether they should stay or go. Because I'm like completely out of space in this apartment. I think I've got like 45 guitars in here right now. But yeah, the Edwards and the Solar single cut are up first. Spoiler, those are both keepers, but I think the Solar is getting new pickups. So make sure you got the bell ticked for all notifications. It should look like that. Be sure not to miss it. I would really appreciate your feedback as I experiment with new types of content. Plus, I mean, it's the return of the Solar single cut. You don't want to miss it. And before we get into the next question, I want to give a massive shout out to Pierce McVeigh and the rest of the amazing patrons for making these videos possible. You guys are amazing, and I understand times right now are really uncertain, so I appreciate you sticking with me and supporting the content through all this stuff. You guys are insanely great, and really, thank you. If you like what I do, want to support these videos directly as well and get bonus perks like MP3s and tabs to all the demo tracks, a link to join the Patreon community is in the description. And now, into the next question. Did they discontinue the Dullahans? Why? Will there be another round? You know what? I'm not exactly sure how much I'm allowed to say on the Dullahans. I've gotten in trouble before for teasing too much. I just get too excited about the stuff that I'm working on with Harley Benton. If you don't know, that was one of the first projects Harley Benton brought me on to help design, and they completely sold out very quickly after launching because it was like a $400 Headless with stainless steel frets. Name one other brand that does that. But since even they've been teasing the new Dullahans, or at least one of them, I guess I can answer this very briefly. Are the Dullahans discontinued despite the rumors? No. Why were they off the site then? There may or may not be one or two highly requested spec changes, which required new stock photos and new product pages. Yes, that is a roasted maple neck. And finally, will there be another round? Yeah, and I think that's all I can or should say right now. But I have to tell you, it's great to see that even though they disappeared off the site, there's still so much interest in them. Makes me proud to be part of a project that people are so excited about, and yeah, I hope the new ones live up to your expectations. For your music recommendation of the week, I'm suggesting Trucker Diablo's new album, Rise Above the Noise. They're a band out of Northern Ireland, I think. It's just like solid hard rock with kind of a southern vibe. They almost remind me of like a British Blackstone Cherry, so if you're into that kind of thing, you'll love this. I'll leave a link in the description to my favorite song of theirs, The Rebel, which is off a previous release, but I also definitely recommend checking out their latest album as well. And now it's time to hear from yet another adoring fan. It's the high praise of the week. This guy is a total douche. I mean, yeah. And that'll do it for this episode of Ask-Gufish. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor and hit the like button. Leave your thoughts and your questions in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. You can also hit the bell for notifications. That way YouTube might let you know when I upload a new video. They're actually getting pretty good right now, but realistically, you should also join the Discord server because the notifications are better. Social media, merch, and link to the aforementioned Discord server is in the description. As always, thanks so much for watching. You've been awesome, and I'll see you for the next video.